and you ask me that what have I learned in the call center industry, I would give you an answer that whatever I know right now, whatever I have right now, that's just because of the call center industry. Yeah. You gotta excuse me for that, okay? Because you know I'm a chain smoker, so yeah. And can I smoke in the podcast?
Yeah, you can smoke. You can smoke. That's
All
not a
right.
problem.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I hope all of you are doing great. Today we have Ishfaq Afridi with us. He is my cousin. He's my best friend. He's my homie. He's pretty much everything to me. So he would share his experience with us. Like he has worked for more than 3 4 years in BPO industry. He would tell us how he started working in this industry and how much he learned from this industry, how much he earned from this industry, what he doesn't like about this industry, and pretty much everything.
Assalamu alaikum. So, yeah. Well, first of all, to be honest, I really didn't know how things work in call center.
Yeah.
Before that, you would always, you would always told me that you should start working in call center if you're not focusing on your study and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And I would think that what is call center? I don't know what it is. So then, if you remember, we go to two call centers.
Yeah.
For the first time, they rejected me because I was not 18. I was underage. The call center on the 6th road I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Exactly.
So first they rejected me that no, you're underage, so you can't work with us. And then after 2 or 3 months after that, we go to another call center that I was telling you that no, you know, I'm so confident about that, and I'm gonna get appointed. Exactly, exactly.
Very big giant call center.
And to be honest with you, that was the first interview that I had given, you know,
And you were
in my entire career. It was the first. I mean, I didn't have any career before that, to be honest. That was the start of my career. So then they interviewed me, and like, you know, I was told by somebody, I think you told me, that you gotta tell them an interview that you're gonna work with them for like more than a year or at least more than 6 months, right?
exactly. That's how it was.
So I still remember that she asked me, so
What you told them?
Ishfaq, that was a lady. Yeah, that's what I like about it. That was for my first interview by a lady, by a lady, you know. And for the first time, you know that for the first time, I was talking to a lady
In your entire
that
life.
in my entire life that she was not a relative.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Okay, so it must
So
be-
you know the condition there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you
and
must
you know
be
that.
excited and somehow hesitant.
I was, to be honest, I was really nervous about that.
Yeah.
Because you know how we are raised, that
Yeah,
you
exactly.
respect and stuff. So I was that, you know, and the thing is that I was, you know, a high school boy at the time,
Yeah.
and you know how they use their language and stuff.
Exactly.
So she asked me, okay, Ishfaq, so how long you gonna work with us? For how long are you gonna work with us?
Right.
Now, what I did, I started counting like that. Okay, so right now I was in 11th grade, right?
Yeah, you were first year.
First year, yeah. So I said, right now I'm in first year, and that's how I was talking to her, you know. So right now I'm in first year, it's 1 year, and then second year, and then I'll be going to college, you know, university.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that will be 4 years. So maybe it's gonna be 6 year with you guys, which is
6 years,
impossible,
right.
you know.
Yeah.
Which is stupid thing to tell in an interview that I'm gonna work with you for 6 years.
Well, that's not a bad thing at all. Because
I mean, if you're a freshie,
it shows how passionate you are about and how serious you are about the job. So that is completely fine.
yeah, it shows that. But maybe I showed a desperation about the job.
It's okay. Yeah.
So, and I was pretty confident about that. You remember that we were coming back, and I said that, you know, I cracked that, and
You just nailed it.
I nailed it, stuff like that. Yeah. So, but nothing happened. You know, they didn't call me. They didn't anything like that. Yeah, because I wouldn't blame them at that time. You know, I was blaming them. You know, that are arrogant and stuff. Now I have experience. I know why I was
So
not,
you better
called
know,
by
yeah,
them.
exactly.
Exactly. So then, I was pretty much disappointed at that time.
You used to spend a lot of time on Facebook around like 12 to 15
Exactly,
months every single day.
exactly. And I wouldn't go to, attend my classes and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
was pretty much wasting everything of my. It belonged to me,
Yeah.
I was wasting money of my daddy, and I was wasting a beautiful time that I had to study, and I
Exactly.
didn't look at books. I didn't study, that. You remember
That's
everything,
why I
I don't
suggested
need
you
to
to
tell
start
you
working
anything.
somewhere. And call center
Exactly.
was the only
So,
option at that time. So
and I didn't have any skill other than call
exactly,
center.
exactly. And
Other than
and
that,
then
I had
also
to be aware.
exactly, and call center also help you to to polish your skills and to improve your communication skills. Look
Exactly.
how better you have got it speaking English. I knew that you could speak it then back then, but you were not that good at English, just like you are speaking it
Of
right now.
course, you're right.
You adopted an accent, and you are pretty much doing better at everything now.
Well,
Mm.
okay, thank you. Well, yeah. So then I was scrolling as usual. I was scrolling Facebook and stuff like that, and running after girls. To be honest with you, let's be serious and let's be genuine.
Uh,
And then I just saw an advertisement. It was a call center. I said, let's give it a try.
yeah.
Who knows? And then by that advertisement I tried and that stuff like that, and he asked me
Mm-hmm.
to come for an interview.
Uh,
you know so, and you remember that we
exactly.
both were sitting there,
Yeah.
and the stupid thing was that he gave me an address, and I left my mobile there at the
At home. Yeah.
apartment. Yeah, I still remember that, and that was pretty bad. I felt really bad.
It was
You
embarrassing for both of us.
exactly. It
That
was,
mobile was the only way through which we could find the address, and you just left that
of
mobile at
course,
home, so
and
you were unable to find his location.
exactly.
Yeah.
And fortunately, it was nearby us.
It was, yeah, it
It
was
was
in
in Dubai
Dubai
Plaza
Plaza.
on
Yeah.
6th Road.
Exactly.
So, yeah, and that was the first stupid thing that I did in my career. I mean, I have done a lot of stupid things, but not in my
But
career.
that
That
was
was
the
the
first
first
one.
mistake that
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
and it was the biggest mistake to
Exactly.
let you
Yeah, it
know
was.
that. I'm still angry at
Mhm.
myself
Uh,
on that particular thing because it was, you know, so non-responsible.
yeah, that was pretty much irresponsible thing because
Yeah,
when you are going to an interview, you should have your resume with you. You should have your mobile, and you should be properly dressed up.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I was dressing in a funky way and stuff.
Yeah, you still
So
do, though.
I still do that, but yeah. But at that time, I was better than now, I think.
Well, it just depends on when you are going to office. I see you dress quite well,
Uh-huh.
formal when you
Yeah.
go to
So
office.
and then we went there, and we both were sitting there, and the interview, and you might do not remember that, but I was shaking as a leaf.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
murmuring and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Yeah, yeah. My name is Ishfaq Khan,
yeah,
and I am from Bara Khyber Agency.
yeah.
That's how I was giving the interview.
Exactly. I
But he was
remember
kind
that.
enough, to give me a chance. Thanks him so much.
Yeah.
I would mention his name. Can I?
Sure, why not if you want
Yeah.
to? Yeah.
But let go. Yeah,
Yeah. He was a
let it
nice
go.
dude, though.
He was a nice dude. He was the one who, gave me a chance.
Yeah, he just took a chance on you, and you just
Exactly.
proved it.
And then I gave him so much things. I trained
Yeah, I
for
think
him. I trained people
when
for
you
him. I
yeah you when
supervised.
you when you when you started working with him for the first month you work, and then at the very next month I joined with you
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
because before that I had worked
And
for
he should
like
be thankful. He should be thankful to me for that,
yeah
because I
no
was the reason that you
before
joined.
that, like you joined the call center industry back in 2020. I had already worked in 2017 and 2018, But in 2019, I didn't work at all till 20,
Yeah.
and then when you joined, you were like, Zahur, well, it's a legit business. They're paying us because they paid
Exactly.
you some 5 or 10,000. I'm not
No,
sure.
for the first very month, I still remember I was coming, with so much excitement. It was 4,400.
4,400.
And
Yeah,
do you
you were so
remember that I was
excited.
Zahur, Zahur? Can you raise your hand? Give me your hand. You were. What is going on with you? You just came from your call center. Has somebody stabbed you on your head? What happened to you? And I was said, no, come on, man, do it. And to be honest, I swear to God, that was really heavy.
Yeah.
The amount was really heavy in
that
my
was your
hand.
first earning. That was your first
Exactly. That
earning.
was
Yeah,
my
that
first
matters a
earning.
lot. It matters a lot.
Exactly. And I didn't have anyone close to me other than you, of course,
And secondly, that was the year where we both were completely broke. I got dropped out of university. I had no job, and so you were the one who got the job for the first time, and then I joined with you
Yeah.
for the first month. I think I had to work for around 50 days in order to get my first 18,000 salary.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
that 18,000 salary was just all spent. I just paid my rent for the hostel, and I had taken a paper in evening time, so I had to pay for that subject as well. So all the money just went.
So I was talking about my first interview.
Yeah.
So do you remember that? So what's your salary expectation? Do you remember that?
I don't remember.
So I said, yeah. So he really asked me this is serious question. And if somebody gave me the same answer that I gave him, I wouldn't hire him.
But yeah, the thing
I
is, in
said,
call centers,
the
and call
yeah.
centers, they hire you because they need people. Unlike there is always hiring going on because people leave and join and leave and join and leave and so that's why he was in need of employees.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have been.
Yeah, I remember a dialogue. Of a wise man who was our director to it, that another call center. He would used to say, "Ana jana laga rehta hai."
The beard guy.
The beard guy.
Yeah, exactly.
he was your mentor, to be honest.
Well,
Yeah,
I
he
still
was.
look up to him and I consider him as my mentor, my ideal. I have learned a lot of things from him.
Yeah.
He's one of the best trainers. He's one of the best, guys. So
And he was one of the best comedian too.
Yeah, he was. I was
all
so
in
much,
one.
I was so much in love with his confidence. Look, if you look at his height, it's like he is very short. He's almost maybe like 5'4" or 5'5", not more than that. But the way he was confident, the way he spoke on the floor, and the way he was making sense out of everything, and his sense of humor, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, he was looking like 6'5".
Exactly, and he used to take session for like hour or more than hour, and nobody would get bored with him, and everybody would just keenly listen to him and be laughing and cheering because he was comedian. Like
Exactly.
he would just turn everything into fun, and it was pretty exciting working with him. Was one of
Yeah, he would go back and forth, serious,
yeah,
then funny,
then
serious,
exactly.
then funny,
Exactly.
and that's what makes a person, a mentor or
Exactly.
to be. So
So
yeah,
what you told him about your salary expectation? Let's get back to the
yeah,
to the
I
main
still
topic.
remember that, and you were sitting beside me, right,
Yeah,
next
I was
to me.
there with you. Yeah.
So I just told him that I don't have any expectation. Right now, I'm just here to learn. Man, how could you say that? But I didn't know, to be honest. I didn't. As you said that I didn't speak that much English, so I didn't know. I didn't know what it meant. But I just answered him
So
randomly.
you just didn't know what did it mean. You didn't have any idea what the salary expectation meant.
No, I know that, but I didn't know how to answer that.
That question.
Because at the time I was so nervous.
Well, usually, still I see and observe this. Whenever new, agents come to our call center for the first time, I usually take their interview. So when I ask them this question, they come up with the same answer that you had given to that call center. They tell me, sir, well, we don't have any expectation. Whatever is offered here, we will just be happy with him.
And I was so thankful to him for this question because So I said, okay. So I have a choice to expect a salary. That's what I was thinking for like a week,
Yeah.
you know. And at the same time, and then he said, okay. So you're hired. When are you gonna join? And I said, I'm ready right now. And then you went back to the
No,
apartment
he
and
when you got interviewed, he asked me if I was also for the interview. I said no, and then he asked me, did I know anything about the course, and I said yes, because I had already worked for like 2 years on and
exactly.
off. So I just gave him a more call on final experience. Final experience, he was pretty convinced and impressed with my more call because I
Hmm.
had already worked for like a few months on and off. I used to quit a lot, so I had an idea of how to give a more call and what
Yeah.
final expense was because I had experience on final expense, but he was running solar, right?
Solar panels,
Yeah.
yeah. So and after that, I didn't take any, training classes. They
So
just,
so they just put you right away on probation, handed you over the script and
just
asked you to just go through the
they
script.
handed me a script, and he said, just go through it and explain that what does it mean, like verbally, like, and
Yeah, one
translate it
introduction.
for me,
Alright.
and that's it. And then he took a call, and like I'm talking about for the disposition
Yeah.
training,
Alright.
he took a call in front of me, and he said, this is that you're going to dispose particular call on this disposition, on this disposition, and this disposition, and that's it. And he said, that is your system, go back to your station. And I, what the
And you
hell?
didn't know anything about how to use computer.
And yeah,
How
yeah,
was that
thank you.
experience? How
that
was that
was that was
experience?
scary, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was sitting right, like I was sitting on in my station, and I was just looking at the computer, because I didn't use any computer other
Exactly.
than to watch movies and to kill your time on.
Yeah.
And even if I had to use your laptop, I would ask you to just turn on your laptop and get me through to the YouTube,
Yeah.
and that's it. I just know how to search things in YouTube, and
That's it.
that's it.
Yeah.
So then my colleague come up to me, and he said, "Why don't you get login?" He was my colleague, the
Yeah. I
person,
know those guys.
the revolutionary guy, revolutionary guy.
Yeah.
So I said, man, I was so embarrassed at the time, man.
Mm.
Yeah. So I said, I don't know how to get login in. Where I have to get login in.
You're talking about Zain and Shahid.
I'm talking about Shahid. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shahid helped me for like
Yeah. They were
2 days.
They were super friendly boys.
They were so
Both are
nice.
from Gilgit, I think, Baltistan.
Yeah, both of them were from Gilgit, but they were not related or anything
no,
like that.
they were residing in Islamabad, so they could speak fluent Urdu. Like they didn't sound as if they were from Gilgit Baltistan.
Yeah, because they were born here.
They were
They were
raised
born
here,
and
yeah.
raised here. Yeah. So then Shahid, log in front of me and log it out in front of me, for like 2 days.
Yeah.
In every break, he would come up to me and log it out for me, and then he would get back to log it in for me.
Alright.
Thanks to him. Shahid, I love you, man, and I'm talking about you. So he helped me a lot, man.
Yeah, they were
I
very
was
good
so
boys,
impressed
super
by
friendly.
the only act. It is nothing, but it is everything for a person like me when I was at
Yeah,
that time.
for a fresh individual, yeah, it's pretty
Exactly.
much everything that you can do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So after that, for the first month, for the whole entire month, I just get 4,400. I got 4,400, and
And you
that
want,
was
and you
the
wanted me and you wanted me to buy ring light with that 4,000. You remember?
yeah, because you were talking about on the about the ring light for about a month or 2 months.
Yeah, we had a YouTube channel, but we didn't quite have a lot of stuff to
No,
just
we
start
were we
working
were
on YouTube.
buying it for TikTok. It was
No, it was for YouTube. I was already working on YouTube.
Yeah, we had.
We used to post our poetry on YouTube channel, and we
Yeah.
couldn't edit videos, and the lighting was pretty bad. And we also had those roommates in our apartment, so they would make a lot of noise. We couldn't have privacy or space
Exactly.
to work on YouTube, or to just have a little bit of
Yeah.
silence.
So for the first time, I got an opportunity, to offer you something that I could. So that's why I didn't want to miss any opportunity.
Yeah.
As you wouldn't want
What
to
you
miss
got
any
and what you
opportunity.
got after that?
It was a bad thing. Let's forget about that.
How much did you get for that one?
That was 3,600.
Yeah, you had. Well, I think you had bought it for 300, 600,
6,000.
or 3,600.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you guys used to smoke that shit every single day.
Yeah.
Coming from the call center in the morning time and just.
And I didn't know about that shit either, because I didn't know about that.
So
those asked me to do that, and I
buy it,
said,
and then you
okay,
guys
it's
started,
friendship,
yeah.
and just throw the money on them. That's what I wanted. That's why.
And then bring in different flavors for that, and
Exactly,
yeah.
and the whole
And we used to
4,400
make a
was
lot of
gone on
videos.
that.
We used to make a lot of videos for fun, like putting on stories and trying to be cool, but that wasn't cool, to be honest.
Yeah, and sometimes we would try to be heartbroken, even though we were not. We were just, in our imagination, we were heartbroken by a girl that didn't even exist.
Exactly. Exactly, that was true.
Yeah, so that was pretty much, a tough time for me.
Yeah.
But
And after that, for how many months did you work with that call center? Because I left it after I got the first salary, so I was not satisfied with the work. I quit it, and then you stayed there. Then after that, I quit almost 3, 4 call center in
And
just
I was
2
still
months.
working
I
with
didn't
him.
get paid for a single month.
Mm-hmm.
So you kept working with him for like you started working with him in 2020 October, and then you quit his call center in I think it was May 2021.
Yeah, it was.
You went
I
home,
worked.
yeah, you went home, and at that time I had already started working as a CSR, and my basic salary was 25,000, right?
Yeah.
So I was sort of a little bit stable.
Oh, and thanks to you too as well. I wanted to mention that, but I didn't get the opportunity. Yeah, when you left the call center, my salary raised suddenly from 18,000 to 25.
Because he knew if he didn't raise your salary,
Yeah.
he didn't give you increment, you would also quit it just like I did. So he increased your salary, and so.
And he couldn't run it without me.
Exactly, you were the supervisor. You were doing everything.
Yeah, he wouldn't come for 3 days every week, and I was the one to open it, close it, and stuff like that.
Even when you used to work on Saturdays, he didn't come to office.
Even
We were
Sunday.
the one doing everything for him. Even he sometimes made us work on Saturdays after the Christmas. Made us work on Saturdays.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and
But the
after
best part about that call center was we sometimes used to get off after like 4 hours or 5 hours, or it could be around 2 or 3, and we used
and it was about a promise, he would give us a target, and we would achieve
so
it.
good at making sales,
Yeah.
I was the top performer at that.
Yeah, I still remember. You were the top performer, and our least performer would get seven
Even
sales.
those closers couldn't beat me. The ones who used to close my deals, they were like, this guy is.
Yeah, and I asked you, and you had that much English, but he didn't give you an opportunity. So you asked me, what, man, I can't close it. Just come over and close it for me. And I would say that, what. Listen to me.
It, but they were not letting me close my deals. As soon as I would convince the customer, they would just take the call from me and then start.
Which was a rude way, You were talking and they would just grab the headphones and
they
stuff.
They didn't want me to lose any sort of customers, because I could make mistakes. But if they gave me any chance, I could improve myself. And then I went to the other call center. I worked there, and then I quit that one, and so on. So in March 2021, I got the first job, and then at that call center I stayed for I think 18 months.
Yeah.
You also joined that call center after 3 months, and you worked with them for 17 or 18 months as well. Because I left it. I quit that call center back in August 2022, and you stayed there till November 2022.
Yeah.
And then I went to another call center. I worked with them for 3 months as I verified. Then I got promoted to
Trainer.
trainer, yeah. And then I brought you as well. You were working as a verifier, and then
Yeah.
again I quit that call center and went to another one and started working as a
Supervisor. You were supervisor there.
and again I asked you to come. Yeah, I told you not to quit and resign.
Yeah.
You quit and resign, and they were like, okay, so we have the chance now to terminate you.
Yeah, to
But
take
they were good. They
to
paid
take
you. At least they
yeah.
paid you for those days. So they were
Exactly.
professional enough.
But the thing is that they were not good. When somebody is a professional in a professional way, you cannot terminate somebody who is in a resign period.
Exactly. And after that, I become an operation manager and so on.
Yeah, and I also learned another thing.
Exactly.
Quality assurance agent. I was
You
there.
worked with quality assurance department.
Yeah.
So now you have worked like on different campaigns such as solar,
Yeah.
Medicare, final expense. I think you have also worked on ACA for a few days, if you remember.
Yes,
yeah.
I did it.
So
And also on auto insurance.
auto insurance in
Along with that, it
in
was
debt
home
settlement,
insurance too.
debt settlement. For
Exactly.
So out of all these campaigns, which one was your favorite that you were comfortable with?
Well, actually, it was Medicare because we had a lot of options to, serve them, and it was really easy, and everybody would just,
Listen to you, at
listen
least,
to
yeah.
it. But the easiest campaign for me was, that was, final expense because I had I got a great train. I was trained on that really well.
So you were working as a closer on final expense. I think you had worked there for 3 months
3 or 2 months, yeah, as
as
a
a closer,
closer,
right?
but yeah, 3 or 2 months
Yeah.
it was.
All right, perfect. So what advice would you give to the new generation, to the new people who are newly coming to this industry? Why should they come to this industry, and if they want to come to this industry, what advice would you give them?
Why should they come to this industry? First of all, right now everybody needs to be working.
Yeah,
Because
everybody is in need of money, is in need of job.
exactly, and this is and it doesn't require you a lot of degrees and stuff.
And skills,
So
yeah.
yeah, you can start it as
a fresh agent.
as a fresh agent, not educated. You just need to know a
Basic
little
English,
bit basic
yeah.
English, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, so and you can earn a handsome amount there
Yeah.
if you work, if you put some effort there, because there are a lot of incentives and stuff, and if you achieve a particular target, and if you cross a particular target, the incentive also gets up.
Exactly.
It raises,
And so, what is it that you hate the most about call center?
What is it that okay, well, if you give them any kind of reason, even if they know that this is a legit reason, they would just turn it that you're just making an excuse, man. You're nothing, you can't do nothing. Like right now, today, I'm getting good amount of sales, right? So I am a rising star for the night,
You're the rising star,
yeah. But tomorrow, if I have a bad day, it doesn't
They will
matter.
be
Yeah.
blaming you that you are not putting in your
Yesterday was nothing. It was not even in my record.
Yeah, that's right.
They would degrade you sometime to the degree that you would, start crying in the session.
Yeah. Well, the most difficult part about the call center is that it's a sale business. So every single day you are given targets to achieve. And
Exactly.
even if you do more, still they are not satisfied. They would be asking you that you could do better than what you did. And if you
Exactly.
are somehow low performer, they would make your life hell for you. Again, some call centers, there are call centers whose managers and supervisors are pretty
Great.
supportive and friendly, but it's a sale business, so obviously you cannot.
Yeah, again, it's a sale business,
If you are
so
not making money, the call center cannot make money. you make money and you give you an incentive, you get incentive, you get bonuses. So there are a lot
Yeah.
that you could get from a call center.
Yeah, so of course, if you're getting incentives, then they are gonna make your life hell if you're not getting it. Because I'm giving you money,
Yeah.
I'm telling
You
you
have the
to
option
come
to
on,
make more,
take
to
this
make more.
money.
Exactly.
I'm willing to give it to you,
Yeah.
and still you're not coming for it. Then it's a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. So still business is really very tough business.
Yeah,
It's a tough business.
but this is the only if you are working into a cell business, there's a possibility of making like million of rupees or dollars, because
Of course.
there is no basic salary. You could make double or triple of what your basic salary is if you are
Of course.
working on commission and if there are bonuses plans. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for your time and for
Thank you.
letting us know about your experiences. It was
Alrighty.
pretty
And
exciting.
yeah, one last thing I would say, that you gotta be patient. And some people say that in call center industry they would make you work for months and they wouldn't pay you anything. It's not that.
That's not
There
true.
is a target for an appointment as well.
Exactly.
For to
Probation.
yeah, probation, and you gotta achieve a target. You gotta give me a target, so that I could know that you're able to give that you're able to generate a revenue for me, so that
Exactly.
I could pay you back.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
So some people are saying that they are scammers. They would they would make you work for them, but they wouldn't pay you. And the thing is that for those kind of people that don't get appointed, they were a liability on the call center. Why? Because in the start you are when you are working for like 10 days and you're not getting 10 sales,
Yeah.
single sale per day.
That is what liability is.
Yeah.
You are a liability to the call center.
So how
You are
can I
not making
appoint you?
exactly. That's true. But anyway, the key to success is consistency. If you
Exactly.
remain consistent on every single day, you happen to learn something new.
A lot.
And by the end of 2, 3, 4 months, you are already experienced.
Yeah,
You have
and
explored a lot of things, a
of
lot of
course.
new things, and then you can utilize your skills and the experiences that you have had with the call center or with the company. So you can
Definitely.
utilize all of those experiences.
Definitely. And you asked me that what have I learned
Mm-hmm.
in the call center industry. I would give you an answer that whatever I know right now,
Yeah.
whatever I have right now,
Mm-hmm.
that's just because of the call center industry.
Oh.
And that before call center, I couldn't stand in confidence for the picture.
Exactly. And now you are confident to
I'm
talk
a
for
little bit
hours
good,
and
yeah,
hours.
of course, of course.
Good job.
So the best thing that call center gave me is confidence.
Exactly. That's very true. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
We will have another podcast.
All right, now I have a meeting. I'll go.